Crown Plaza Hotel in the middle of Brussels was the venue for the 8th Roto Trade Press Day in November 2013. Proceedings for the two-day event for the guests from all corners of the globe got off to an immediate start with a visit into the city centre. After being divided into 4 groups, the Roto guests experienced a compact and entertaining guided tour of the city. Whenever Roto Frank AG invites guests to this annual meeting, then Thorsten Schmidt is always there. The specialist journalist arrived with clear expectations. I think that being able to take home lots of information is important, and because Roto is also well known for always putting together a good package for journalists, so they too can take quite a bit of information with them and can select where the main points are and which main points are pertinent for their specialism, it is always a very well-rounded and very informative affair for us. This also applies particularly to the international event, because you also learn quite a bit about international markets. And from my point of view, this is one of Roto's unique selling points during press events. First of all, it was time to get to know the European capital. A visit to one of the numerous inviting chocolate shops was an absolute must. Whoever wants to soak up the atmosphere of Brussels just has to sample its sweet culinary delights. These annual Roto events have evolved into adventure tours, a unique selling point in the industry. I would say that hosting an event in this way, with this intensity, in terms of colleagues as well as the venues used, is unique. Belgium is known for its variety of beers. The hosting team from Brussels had included this aspect in its planning. Its guests would want for nothing. There's always the worry that things will be okay and everything will run smoothly. But I really have to say that in terms of first impressions and how the people are here, I think we have over 60 people, this is an impressive number. And naturally we're also proud to welcome all the people here in a beautiful Brussels. The Vaudeville Theatre awaited the Roto entourage at the end of their guided city tour. This was the ideal place to let culinary, architectural and historical impressions flow together and sink in. This is a very impressive location here. It is outstanding and the atmosphere is sensational. Here, where Belgian kings experienced culture for centuries, was where everything was prepared for the initial get-together and the official welcoming. The 8th Roto Trade Press Day has attracted no less than 62 journalists from all over the world. Then it was time, and entirely in the spirit of the occasion, to come together for the obligatory group photo. This must become a permanent feature, i.e. repeated every year. It has to be expanded and arranged in an increasingly international way. It has to motivate more and more countries to participate, and so naturally the contents must also be exciting. It simply has to be interesting to come here and also to leave the Trade Press Day with added value and information. The inaugural event in 2006 at the company headquarters in Leinfeld and Echterdingen was attended by 18 journalists from 3 countries. In addition to Germans, Polish and Russian representatives were also in attendance. However, over the years the press day has evolved into a magnet for experts from all over the world. The 8th event in Brussels set new records with 62 guests from 18 nations. Since Roto has established its products all over the world, a worldwide response has been a logical consequence, but by no means a foregone conclusion. Suitably proud and also thankful, Dr. Eckhard Keil, chairman of the board of directors Roto Frank AG, welcomed the international audience. 18 nations means many languages. The Roto crew of interpreters ensured they were all informed. The evening went off as planned.
Ich habe ein super Gefühl.
It's a super feeling to have 18 nations and over 60 journalists here. We are immensely proud of that. Of course, this is merely our view. But when we simply speak with the people and are told that it's great that we were able to participate again, that we once again have such a great list of topics, fantastic speakers, and you say quite clearly what is going on in the industry and where you stand in the industry, well, when we get that kind of feedback, then it sounds as if we were on the right path even before this Trade Press Day began. The programme continued the next morning. The conference room in the Crown Plaza was ideally arranged. Technical lectures and a wealth of information awaited the guests. With this trade press day, Roto Frank AG set standards which are worthy of acknowledgement. This specifically selected cosmopolitan venue was repeatedly a topic of discussion. Here in Brussels, there is an endless number of conferences and meetings. In this respect, we fit in well here. There is an unbelievable diversity of language and culture, which comes together in Brussels for the European Union, as it were. We experience the same thing here at the Trade Press Day. Roto Frank AG stands for sustainability and transparency. As expected, Chief Financial Officer Michael Stanguier once again presented current figures. They have remained stable. This was not always so. But even in times of world economic crisis, the responsible parties adhered to the Trade Press Day concept. Our corporate culture is built on continuity, reliability and trust. And if it is ever poor, then we must also have the courage and the openness to tell the journalists who scrutinise us if it did not go so well during the year. Because only in this way can a relationship of trust emerge. And I think that only in this way does a person also have a claim to fair press coverage, i.e., you should call a spade, even when things don't go so well. Frank Linnig, from the public relations agency Linnig Public, is responsible for the content-related structure of meetings. He introduced Professor Manfred Güllner as guest speaker for the 8th event. The founder and managing director of the Market Research Institute, Forza, presented statistics on the euro and European markets, knowing full well that he was the guest of a world market leader. I think this is a good way of communication and an effective tool in strengthening the company's relations with the general public. Roto Frank AG subsequently provided facts and figures, but also an insight into its corporate philosophy, as well as a view on possible developments and trends in the windows and doors industry. Comparisons of various markets on the international stage provided topics for discussion, as well as an incisive analysis. All of this was packaged for an international market. Roto Frank AG's strengths became clear. German-made, but globally active. The Trade Press Day was a flagship project in this regard. The strength lies, to a certain extent, in going global. This has also been grasped by the journalists in the way they ask their questions. German journalists ask something, and the question moves along to the Polish journalists. They exchange views and communicate with each other. And during the 8th Trade Press Day, it also has to be said that they, too, have come to know each other. The organisers took this as an opportunity to honour long-serving attendees. For instance, a thank you went out to Thorsten Schmidt, who has accepted the invitations and has reported on the Trade Press Day since 2006. Robert Klaus from Poland was also given a present for taking part in the event 8 times, in the hope that he will also be present during the 9th.
Mam taką nadzieję, że zostanę zaproszony i jeżeli tak, to oczywiście będę.
Naturally, I hope that I will be invited, and if so, then I'll be here. Messrs. Schmidt and Klaus are representative of the trade press, which takes in the annual status quo and publishes reports throughout the world. Roto Frank AG reaches international markets with this PR event. A sustainable concept.
It's
quite simply a very broad-based audience, very international. The horizons are broadened, and learning about the people and markets in Spain and Russia, for example, is paramount. And there are not many opportunities to do this so directly.
Ich fand das sehr interessant.
I found it very interesting. My magazine is actually for architects, so this view of the market in Central Europe is also very interesting.
Europa ist auch sehr, sehr interessant.
It was a pleasure to meet the personalities from Roto, and I had a great moment here. Yes.
And so, it is not really surprising that organisers and guests have already made arrangements for the 9th instalment. To be continued.